Hey y'all, how's it going? Today we have another set review for you. This one's a bit crazy. This is from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This is called Gargantos Showdown. It's really just a big old tentacle eye monster thing. And it's great. Before we take a look at the Gargantos itself, I don't think anyone cares about the set information that much. But yeah, this is great. I love it. This is probably one of my favorite sets that I bought in a while just because of how unique it is, and it's not conventional. It's definitely like not a normal type of set. But anyway, let's push aside Gargantos for just a minute to take a look at the three figures, which we get three of them. Let's start with Doctor Strange, who is brand new for this set, and a couple other ones based on the Multiverse of Madness. He does have a more comic accurate look this time around. He's got two accessories, which are his magic shields in orange. Pretty awesome disc pieces, or dish pieces. He's got some great detailing all around, just fantastic. The coolest thing to me is probably his cape, which is rubber piece, and it is newer. I think it showed up first in that Sanctum Workshop set, and you can take it off pretty easily. It is really great. I'm not going to show... Well, you know what? Might as well. So you can take the cape off like that, and you can make it its own character. It's really great. And he does have two faces, of course. Amazing as always. He's got a smirk and a scowl, which is pretty awesome. And I like his hairpiece. Very, very good with the gray in his hair. Excellent figure. My favorite in the set. A very, very good figure. And next up we get America Chavez, who looks pretty amazing. She's looking pretty spiffy with those newer mid-legs that can move. She's got an awesome jean jacket with tons of references, tons of good stuff on there. She does have back printing, the standard female hair in dark brown. And I find her face is interesting because she doesn't have angry and a happy face. She actually has two confident looks. So here's her first one, and there's her second one. She's more excited. Interesting. Minifigs don't usually have two different happy looks, but there you go. It's kind of unusual, uncommon. Very cool. I like the star on the back. And she does have a rainbow pin as her accessory, and you get an extra, which is great. There you go. And then lastly, we get Wong, the Sorcerer Supreme, as of this movie. And he looks fantastic. Just all this detail, it's just so great. You can see just all this different symbols, and his robes are continuing on to his feet. Purple and red, looking very great. The only thing I don't like, and this is a minor complaint, I don't like it he doesn't have a second face. He does have this first face with the great smirk, and unfortunately nothing on the back. But he does have a cool hairpiece. I believe it's fins. And yeah, back printing as well. Looks very good. He also has the magic spell dish pieces, except they're in pink. Different magic, although really they should be orange, but that's fine. Great figure, just such a cool figure. I never had a Wong before, so it's great to finally get one. And I believe this is his second appearance in a cheaper set, along with the Sanctum Workshop as well. So those are all the minifigs. Fantastic value, especially for 30 bucks. Forgot to mention the price. That was what this retailed for, which isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. So here is the Gargantos itself, looking very just awesome, just super cool. Like, it is not a normal type of set, and it's a fun build too. You build this up kind of like a brickhead. It's like it's a square kind of shape, and then you put all these rounded parts around it. It's kind of like subsections, and it's in this olive green color, which looks just great. Looks awesome. My favorite part of this, we'll talk about that in a minute. My favorite part, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I love the way this thing looks. It looks super just nasty, gross, organic. It just looks very weird and just very creepy looking. It's got so many tentacles. I believe there's 16 in total. So it's cool that they actually put him onto these 4 tentacles on the bottom here. Here's the bottom of that, how it looks, if you're interested. And it kind of rests on these tentacles, so it'll always be standing up. It kind of gives it a presence, you know? Otherwise, it would just be flat on the ground and wouldn't look as cool. But Yeah, it's got ball joints pretty much everywhere. Aside from these lower ones, which are fixed in place but you can rotate them, every other area has a ball joint for a tentacle, so you can move the tentacle arms everywhere, pretty much anywhere you want, which is great. But it doesn't have any like features. It's just like the arms can move and that's about it. But which is fine. Um, I really like this. There's no stupid gimmick. It's fine. There is a design flaw with this part of below the eye. I'm gonna get into that in a separate video. Um, yeah, you've got the mouth area here. You can pretty much. What I like about this is that you can have a ton of minifigs around this, so you can clip their hands to the ends of these tentacle parts. So if I can just zoom in a little bit here, hopefully you can see that. So right here, say you want to, put a minifig on there. All you have to do is clip their hands on there like that. And then you can have them, flying around or grabbing onto them. And also you can put minifig's feet onto the bottom as well. So that's just another look that you could do. It's really nice. It's cool. There's different, opportunities and, possibilities for posing, which is great. And also, you can put, stud-shaped objects in, like, on the tentacle ends, which is really nice. And there's so many ways you could display this thing. It's just great. My favorite part of this is the eye section. It's just so good looking. Like, it looks so accurate to the Gargantos in the movie, and it just looks so, like, real, like, so organic, so lifelike, which is great. And this is a printed piece here with the eye, black eye print right there. This is a translucent piece. There's a bunch of different parts. I'm not going to spoil how you build it, but it's probably my favorite part of this was building the eye, the whole section. And this eyelid is actually upside down. This one is kind of angled down to give it a bit of a different look. And you can see these horn pieces are actually the eyelash, which is really cool. And it just looks so, like, unique. It just looks super, super cool. I like these studs here. There are some studs showing. It's not that big of a deal. You can see some around the top here. And for the most part, it's pretty, like, circular, like very spherical. And it looks very good. You can see some dark green ball joints, some dark green Technic pieces. The one thing, I guess, I do have a couple complaints with this. I do wish that the actual iris piece, or the eye shape, I do wish that the eye could actually rotate with the function, so you could get the eye to look around. But I get why they didn't do that, because it would just complicate the design, and it's already kind of complicated anyway. So I get why they didn't do that. It would have been nice, but it's not a huge deal breaker. I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's pretty much it. Aside from these ball joints being in light gray, it throws off the design. It's a little bit obvious, like a little bit awkward, because Lego doesn't have these ball joint pieces in any other color. And so when you're looking at this, the light gray kind of throws the color off a little bit. Same on the back here. These ones, it's not as bad, but on the front here, you can see every ball joint is kind of matching the creature, except for the front. It just looks a little bit awkward, but it's fine. And also that goes for this section down here with the mouth, but because this mouthpiece is kind of big and all these tentacles are around here, it doesn't bother me as much. So, yeah. But that's it. I mean, that's the creature, Gargantos. Great scene in the movie. In fact, it was my favorite scene from the Multiverse of Madness movie. It was such a cool fight scene, and it made me feel like I was in a comic book, which is really cool. And on my final display for this, I'm actually going to be putting the figures onto the tentacles. Why not? I mean, it's such a good, like, way to display this, I think. And then if you want to move the set, you don't have to worry about the figures, being super loose and, not being a part of it, which is cool. And I mean, it's a great value. I believe this is either retired or retiring. You can still find it. I think you can find it on sale now, which is good. And if you don't have a Doctor Strange, this is awesome. I think this is a great sequel set to the first Doctor Strange set that came out in 2016 for the first movie. I wish I got that. This set kind of makes up for it. You just get the monster. It's really well designed, and it's a really fun build. and you can pose it all sorts of different directions, and the minifigs are just awesome. I actually bought this set for the Gargantos monster. I didn't intend to buy it for the figures, but the minifigures are so good that I think they're just a great bonus just in general. So it's awesome. Such a good set. If you're looking for something unique to build, you know, something crazy and wild with some amazing figs, I think this is a great pickup. It doesn't even feel like a Marvel set. It feels like just, I don't know, something different. It feels like something that would come out of a designer, you know, just like a designer set or something. I don't know. It's great. But let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. That's it for the review. Hope I showed you everything. Hope you could see everything, and hope I covered the figures in good detail. I do plan to do another video talking just about this build, as well as the figures in future videos. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next review, which will be very soon. And until then, I'll see you later. Don't get in trouble.